Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy
Almost.
Galentine's Day.
Happy Galentine's Day. Celebrate your friendships and the women in your lives that you love.
That's right. Welcome to Dude That's Fucked Up. Did we already say that? I
No.
can't remember.
Go on with your bad self.
Okay, yes. This is a podcast, and my name is Erin.
And my name is Nicole, and that's all you need to know. Okay, bye.
Yeah, well, that's it. Talk to you later.
And that little snorting is Jack.
Yes. He is on my person and sleeping. Sorry if you can hear some baby snores. Maybe you love it. I don't know.
He's mon frère and I'm his dancher.
Well, yeah, happy Valentine's Day, or almost Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah. We love you so much, and we're only saying this because we used it to help guide us in the direction of a topic today. So it'll all be relevant.
Yes, all will be revealed.
Yes, all will be revealed, like we're a genie, a magical genie.
A lovely sicko genie.
A love genie. We're just gonna make your dreams, all your orgasmic dreams come true.
Ooh, I want that genie.
Oh.
Well, any business for the day?
No. I mean, it's the same old stuff, I think.
Yeah, you guys know what the business is.
Yeah, you know the biz.
Go to our website, dtfupodcast.com. Well, I think that's all the biz.
I think so.
What about anything fucked up for you this week?
No. I don't think so. What about you?
Well, this can kind of probably go for both of us because I think you'll probably think this is fucked up too and have something to say about it. I'm still very pissed off about the Super Bowl.
Oh, it was so boring.
I don't care about it that much, but this is just like my annual time to vent about Janet Jackson being fucking
it's
treated like shit.
14th annual or however many years it's been. It's everybody, all right, gather round. This is Erin's 14th annual rant. It's nipple rant.
Well, this motherfucker, goddamn Adam Levine, Maroon 5, Maroon blah. Get out of here with that. He takes his shirt off. You could see all his nipples and his terrible tattoos. And nobody says shit. And in the meantime, fucking Janet has never had a proper apology given to her.
She'll never get it. Yeah.
I know.
Well, the fucking NFL's racist.
Yeah.
It's such
CBS
trash.
is a terrible channel.
Oh my God.
Or a terrible network, I should say.
Oh God.
Can you say Les Moonves? Yeah.
Woof. I can't.
It's crazy that his wife is on the Celebrity Big Brother host or whatever, and she still introduces herself with his last name.
Wait,
she's proud of it.
She's still on TV?
Yeah, dude.
I know she left the Talk or whatever the View or whatever. She was on one of those morning daytime talk shows with the panel of women, and I know she left after that was announced.
Yeah, she. Julie Chen Moonves. She still introduces herself that way.
Oh my God. I don't know how she still is in the public. That's insane to me. He had a room. I heard about him years ago because I remember Howard Stern talking about Les Moonves and having a meeting in his office and how he thought it was weird that he had a bed there.
Ew.
He's he has a bed in his office. And I was like, ew. And even, I'm sure, Howard made jokes about it or whatever. But, I just remember being he's, commenting about how that is weird.
Yeah.
And I never, really put two and two together. I was probably too young. But.
Right, yeah.
Hearing about that later? Whoa.
Well, you just, don't think. Your brain doesn't go there. Well, it does now, I think, for a lot of people after all this shit has come out about all these terrible men.
Well, and after you're older and you've had experiences with men where you're like, oh, yeah, they're fucking sketchy as shit.
Are you okay? Oh my goodness.
Oh. But yeah, but it's like now that you've had like weird experiences, you're like, oh God, that's like to intimidate women into sleeping with them and give them TV shows. And it's very gross.
Yeah. Dude,
But
so wild.
back to the nipples. I mean, that also, I'm like annoyed at that, but like also that halftime performance was the most lackluster performance of my adult life. I can't remember a halftime show being that bad. Even Coldplay, like at least they brought Beyonce and Bruno Mars on.
Oh my God. The whole game was terrible.
It was all
everything.
Bad. I was upset this morning. Pete was like, he like mentioned it, and I'm like, I'm upset that we even had that on in our household. I am
Even
so
the
over
fucking
it.
commercials.
They were so bad. They were so try hard. I'm just like sick of all this like capitalist shit, trying to use like people's feelings and emotions to sell them shit they don't need. I'm like so. On Sunday, I was just so annoyed the whole time, and yeah, oh God, there's a lot going on. I'm in my feelings about it.
I feel you. I get it. I mean, it's just a terrible time to be in marketing right now.
Oh my God.
Did you also see, this was on Twitter, fucking Sunny D, the like Twitter account for Sunny D was like tweeted something like really like very like it was like in regards to the Super Bowl, but it was like it sounded like a depression tweet, you know? And all these other brands like got on board and were like tweeting at Sunny D like, "Are you okay?" Like it's just like, what is happening? It's just like we've reached peak fucking, I don't know.
Yeah.
Garbage town.
It's garbage town. We're living in it. Full time. We're not just weekend residents anymore. We've moved here.
Yeah, we live here now, guys.
This is our permanent address. Please forward all mail to Garbage Town, USA. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh God.
It's bad.
So, well.
Wait, okay. Can I say?
Yeah.
Since we just talked about Twitter, follow my Twitter. I'm going to plug it because I've been doing a joke a day challenge.
Oh.
Yeah, I tweet once a day. That's right. And I
do not. I tweet like once a year. But I will try to tweet more because I hate /love Twitter. It is full of the craziest shit ever.
Oh God, I don't even really read much on it. I just like read the news. I go to Twitter, I tweet a joke, and then I'm done. It's
Love it.
not. But if
I
you're
need
interested,
to pay more attention and like your tweets.
I've had some good ones lately. And I've noticed an old work colleague of mine has been like interacting with a bunch of them. So it's at N Mackey for Nicole Mackey.
Love it.
Is my Twitter.
Love it. Follow Nicole on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's great. I primarily use Instagram, so you can follow my Instagram at Erin DB
Love it.
And I post a lot of pictures and Insta stories of Jack if you're into that kind of thing, and my cats.
I did check out. I watched your stories last night, and Jack's poop face was featured prominently, and it is very cute. And also, it's cute, and then it's like a little horrifying. Like like you're like, oh, he's like smiling. No.
He's like very
pushing
serious.
doo-doo out of his butt.
It's my favorite thing ever.
It's like really. It's like because it's a smile, and then it's like really it like
it's like a concentration smile. And his like eyebrows are like his brow is furrowed. It's great.
Furrowed. Yeah, it is great. Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
what a doll.
What a doll. How do we segue into this? Because I mean, we did mention at the top that it's about to be Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So. Like,
let's just go off that.
Let's just do that. Let's talk about it.
We wanted to find a love story that has stood the test of time, and that we all remember. Once we tell you, you'll definitely remember, and that really, it's. There's one thing about the story that's very interesting. The rest of it isn't cool too, I guess. Like there's some interesting stuff, but really we were just like, do you remember that thing that happened? And that's what we're going to talk about.
I mean, it is pretty fucked up, the entire thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was. More once we got into it, like, the thing I thought was fucked up was not, that was all I remembered from it, but it was, like, worse than I thought.
Oh, yeah, same. So we're talking about today the Astronaut Love Triangle.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys remember this woman driving across the country to confront her, like, ex-boyfriend, lover's new girlfriend. And some of the details around it were pretty crazy. But basically, this woman who was an astronaut was in a relationship with another astronaut, and he dumped her, or they, broke up, whatever. And he started dating somebody else, and she was not having it. And she drove all the way across the country to confront his new girlfriend. And
she drove 800 miles nonstop, right?
No, more, over 900 miles.
900 miles without stopping.
And the one detail around this that I will just say at the top that always gets everybody's attention, that got everybody's attention at the time, was the fact that she, allegedly wore an adult diaper to minimize the amount of stops she had to make.
Or allegedly an astronaut diaper.
Or, yeah. I mean,
it goes either way.
I would assume you're an adult in space, but yeah.
Well, they look like weird underwear.
Yeah. I mean, have you worn an adult diaper before?
No, but
I have.
I haven't. But the astronaut, I guess they're different in that they're like shorts.
Yeah, they're much more substantial than they're not low profile.
Yeah.
Like
the ones Lisa Rinna wears on the red carpet or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, I don't know. It's alleged that she did this, but there was a Law and Order SVU episode that they did basic a ripped from the headlines episode where they did this, and they had a scene where one of the detectives was rifling through the car for evidence and picked up these giant shorts, they look like running shorts but with a big diapery thing in it. And they were astronaut diapers.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Yeah. There's a couple things in pop culture that have come from this. I think they made a play based on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like if you were going to make a play out of this, you'd want it, I'd change it so it was happening in space or something. If it's just in a car, I don't know. You're yeah. Oh, damn it. I meant to read this GQ article about someone who drove cross country just to see. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, there was a GQ article about someone who drove that
the route?
path. Yeah, the route, and in diapers to see what it was like. I don't know if it's real,
God.
but it looked funny.
People do anything to write a weird story, I guess. I don't know. I'm into it.
Sell a magazine, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my God, that's funny. Well, this woman who did this, her name is Lisa Nowak. And she, by all accounts, is a pretty fucking cool lady, aside from the whole, driving in a diaper.
It's
allegedly.
It's wild that, and this does not happen every day, that you have both the hero and the villain as the same person, embodied in the same adult diaper. But we do, and her name's Lisa.
Yeah. She was an astronaut, like I said at the top. She specialized in robotics. It's amazing.
Smart.
So smart. She was born in 1963. So she's in her 50s now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or around there.
Mm-hmm. And she always wanted to be an astronaut, I guess. There's some people in this world that just know exactly what they want to be, and that's very cool.
So cool.
And she was one of those people. And she was
God.
born in Washington, D.C., so it's a good place to be if you want to be an astronaut. Because the Naval Academy is right there. That's where she went to school. After she graduated high school, she went to the Naval Academy in Annapolis. It's delightful town.
Love
Great
it.
day trip here for people who live in DC. Highly recommend.
Oh my God.
And, you know, she like went up through the ranks in the Navy. She became a naval flight officer in 1987. And she ended up flying like the fucking Top Gun fighter jets, basically.
Cool.
Yeah. She's fucking boss.
Highway to the danger zone. Down, down, na, na.
Can you hear my teeth? I just did the Val Kilmer. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
The chomping thing that he does.
He does that?
Yeah, when they're like in the locker room or whatever, like being like showing each other their dicks and stuff. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about.
You know, locker room stuff.
Yeah.
That is something that happens in locker rooms, I think.
I mean, I would if I was a dude. I'd be like, check this out. Look at my dick, and I'm going to chomp my teeth real hard.
If it was a good one.
I mean, yeah. Even if it wasn't a good one, I'd be like, you guys, look at this. What do you think about this?
You guys. You got to see something. That's not a nipple. It's my dick.
That would suck. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
You guys ever seen a dick like this?
Oh, my God. I can only imagine the spectrum of peepees in the locker room. Anyway. So she's flying some Top Gun ass fucking planes, and they're like the Air Force carrier ones, like where you fly them off the goddamn.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking crazy. Like,
out in the middle of the fucking ocean and shit.
Yeah,
that is cool.
So she did that. That was what she did, and then she, like, while she's like doing that, like learning how to fly like fighter jets, she also earns her Master of Science degree in Aeronautical Engineering, and gets a degree in Aeronautical and Astronautical Engineering from the U.S. Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, California.
Now, off the bat, we can see that she has maybe mental issues, because who wants to do all that work? That's a lot of work.
A lot of work. Like I would probably just stop after graduating the Naval Academy and be like, all right, I did it.
Yeah.
I don't need to fly a fighter jet. I mean, I can if I want to, but like, I feel like I got pretty far. And then, you know, just get like a cool desk job. I don't know. But she was not. She was like overachiever. Like,
oh my God,
going for it.
What? Like, it's like, oh, it's not enough that like I have to learn how to land this thing exactly right on this freight ship thing out in the middle of nowhere. It's like, I'm also gonna get my master's in what was it, aeronautical engineering. I guess
aeronautical and astronautical.
What's the difference? Oh, one's like planes and one's
regular air, and then space
air.
Yeah. Air and space.
Yeah. I guess if you want to be an astronaut, that's important. So she was doing what she needed to. All right.
She was focused. She had a path that she wanted to be an astronaut, and that's what you do when you want to be an astronaut. You fucking fly fighter jets, and you go and get your goddamn master's degree.
Jeez.
And she did it. And so then she, after logging over 1,500 hours of flight and over 30 different aircraft during her career in the Navy, she got all these awards and shit. She's amazing. She was doing great, and NASA was like, yes, you're hired. Like, wow. She's picked out of a bunch of people who are doing similar things, and like it's hard to get recruited for NASA to be an astronaut. That's the big leagues.
Dude, they noticed.
Yeah, she was doing the most, you guys.
Oh my God.
Always doing the most.
Well, she's still the hero for now then.
For now. So NASA is like, great, you're hired. You got all the qualifications. And she like had done all the qualifications she needed to like learn robotics, to work on stuff that was on the International Space Station for future missions.
And she did her space test where they spin you around at a high velocity. And she ate all the space ice creams. And they're like, you're ready. Do you want to go to space now? And she was like, oh, I've been waiting my whole life for this. And so on July 4th, 2006, she went on a mission to the International Space Station, which is just floating around up there. And but she got there and she loved it. And she served as mission flight engineer and operated the robotic arm, which Canada made that robotic arm.
Yes. I know that because, God damn it. I know that because I have been to the Udvar-Hazy Air and Space Museum out here by the Dulles Airport more times than I could count, and I'm obsessed with like all the
space stuff.
It's awesome. And one of the first, I think, robotic arm or like a prototype of it or like a model or something of it, it might be the real one, is at the Udvar-Hazy Air and Space Museum.
Oh my
God. Next to the space shuttle.
Look at Canada doing all these things. Shout out to Canada.
Hell yeah, Canada.
So she was in space for about 13 days, and that's not that long, but it's her first time. You got to try it on, see how it fits. Come back, you do all the tests. They make sure your insides didn't like float away or whatever happens when you're up there. And then about 7 months after she gets back from doing the most epically awesome thing a human can do, she fucks up astronomically.
Yes.
Which is, here's the thing. You could have all your whole career together and you could be having your whole life together and be getting your degrees and all these in space and air, which seems very overwhelming and daunting because those are very large things to study. And she's doing all these things, and she still, could have a breakdown in her personal life. Yeah. Because that's what happened. She had her career together, she had all her shit together, but then her personal life was in a shambles.
Yeah, her personal life, was not going great. She was married. She had a husband, and she had 3 kids with him. Mm-hmm. And she met her husband when they were both in the Naval Academy. So they're like, similar-minded. Yeah. And they seemingly have a great life for a while. But around 2004, Lisa starts up an affair with this other astronaut named Bill. I don't want to fuck up his name, but I'm going to. Ophelian. Maybe? Yeah. So she starts this affair with this guy, and I mean, maybe because like she has 3 kids, which 2 of those kids were twins, so a lot of stress at home.
So that's like one kid.
God, I can't imagine.
It's like twins don't count as 2, right? It's like 1. It's just 1.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, yeah, you dress them the same. That's why they do that. Because it's like you're diminishing the work of having 2 kids. You just make them into the same person over time.
Yes. But as babies, no.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't know, you just put them in one onesie. You get like, how they have sleeping bags that zip together? You just get onesies that like zip together up the middle.
Yeah, and then you got the clothes covered, but otherwise it's a shit show.
Yeah, 2 buttholes, 2 crying mouths that need feeding. Yeah, they're okay. All right.
It's tough. She's having a hard time probably at home. Mm-hmm. And then plus she's like got all the stress of like her career. Like she's like going to space. Like she's working on that. And that's a big responsibility. What?
The kids are like, I'm hungry. When's dinner? It's like, Mommy's got to go to fucking space, okay? Calm down. You don't know what I do. I do robot shit up in space. And they're like, yeah, but I wanted a Hot Pocket. And you're just like, shut up.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a fucking astronaut, okay?
Yeah. God, change your own dirty diaper.
Or, like, I thought you were going to be a genius like me. I guess not.
Okay, so she and Bill have this affair. And it's like kind of maybe off and on. We don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it sounds like it was intense though.
Okay. Well, she sounds intense. I mean, she was doing a lot of stuff. But it's like it's lasts about 2 years, and that's pretty long. But it comes to an end in 2006, um, after she comes back from space, I guess.
Yeah, she went to space in 2006, July 4th. We said that already. She did the robotic shit. And she, like, gets back, and their relationship's, like, on the rocks, and they break up. And
But I don't think it was her choice. Like,
no.
yeah. But also she's married, and maybe he was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? But I don't think she was happy about it. She wasn't. No. We know she wasn't.
No, she was not happy about it. But Bill moves on with his life, and she does not. So Bill starts dating this other woman towards the end of the year named Colleen Shipman, towards the end of 2006, I should say. And Colleen at the time was an Air Force captain, and she was like, seemed like a very nice, cool lady in her own right. So Bill lets Colleen know he just broke off a relationship, but he like doesn't say anything about who it was with, like, because I think Lisa was like pretty she was a high profile person. She was like in the news and stuff because she had just gotten back from space, and she's like, you know, woman in space, like very, very cool.
Yeah.
So he doesn't say anything about who it is or anything like that. And also I'm sure it's like a small community of people like that probably know each other. So
and also maybe Colleen didn't want to know who his ex-girlfriend was. Like, I don't know. She's like, fucking, that was before me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. So they like start their relationship up, and they really love each other, like each other, it seems like. And then Bill has a mission to space coming up. So he goes to space. He does his mission, and then he comes back, and he's like psyched to hang out with Colleen. Like Colleen and him, excuse me. So he's psyched to hang out with Colleen. Colleen comes out. She lives in Florida, and she comes out to Houston to visit Bill. Now, at this time, I think Lisa also lives in Houston. She still has a key to Bill's apartment. They're like still talking, maybe, I don't know, but they're definitely not in a relationship.
Yeah.
So I think like Lisa finds out that he's dating this other woman, and she's not having it. She finds out that they like have their little like rendezvous with each other. And probably while Bill was in space, she broke into his apartment because she still had a key to his place, let herself in, found all this stuff out about their relationship, like looked through his computer. She knew all the passwords and stuff, and found emails and all kinds of like text messages and stuff between Colleen and Bill, and was like, fucking got really furious because it's like it's like all private stuff, and she's like, their relationship's new, and she finds all this stuff out, and she
was still raw over it, so
very raw, very scorned, and so she is losing it. So after Colleen visits, she has to fly back home to, I think where's she from? I can't remember.
Oh, Colleen, Orlando? She lived in Orlando.
Colleen lives in Orlando. So does her visit and flies back to Orlando. Well, Lisa had gotten her flight information when she broke into Bill's apartment. So she knows that Colleen is flying back to Orlando on a certain day. So she decides she's going to drive her ass to Orlando to confront Colleen. She like let them have their like weekend or whatever in Houston together, and then she's like, I'm gonna drive to Orlando and confront her.
Jesus Christ.
Now, my thought was, why did this bitch get in a car when she is an accomplished pilot, obviously? Why didn't she like get a plane of some sort, or even book a flight on Delta? I don't know.
Or like, it's weird that she's like, I'm going to let them have their weekend here. I'll just go meet her there. It's like, just confront her while she's still here. Like, confront her at this airport.
Yeah,
instead of in Orlando. It's very weird.
I don't know what her thought process was.
Well, I think she wanted to, like, assault her.
Yes, that is what it sounds like, because she drove over 900 miles from Texas to Florida,
Jesus.
stewing about this.
Oh no, that's
See, that's
alone
the
with her
craziest
thoughts.
thing to me.
Alone with her thoughts. That is not good.
Not good. The fact that she still was like gassed up to like confront this woman after being in a car for that long.
No.
Is what's fucked up, I think, about this whole thing.
In your own stink and piss.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and all you've eaten is like gas station peanuts and like
and like sunflower seeds and a big gulp. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like you're not gonna feel good when you get there, and you're gonna be upset, and you're even more upset, and you have road rage because you've been in the car for 900 miles. Oh no, that was a bad idea. You know,
Yeah.
You could be very smart and not have common sense.
That's right. That is so true. And that's, I think, the situation here.
Yeah.
So, in her car, well, we can detail this later, but she pulls up to the Orlando airport as Colleen's getting out off of her flight out of the airport and follows her through the parking lot to her car.
Dude, it's on camera.
I haven't seen that footage, but that is crazy.
You could see her because she parks in the airport or whatever, like in the parking lot, goes into the airport, you could see Colleen come down on an escalator, and then you see another lady coming down on the escalator behind her. And so they have footage from like, dude, it's like she follows her all the way from inside the airport out to the parking lot.
What the fuck?
Dude.
And also, like, Lisa's wearing a trench coat and a heinous, tragic black wig to disguise herself as she's stalking this woman.
Oh my God.
In the airport car park. And it is so fucking weird. And she, like, chases after her. Like, Colleen realizes, like, oh, fuck, I'm being followed.
Yeah.
And she, like, books it to her car.
I'm sorry, but, like, first, again, for someone so smart, how is a disguise to you a trench coat? In Florida.
Because she's seen movies.
But it's like, stop what you're doing. Think for a second about what this looks like. You look like fucking Carmen Sandiego, just got off a flight. It is not right.
Put on a goddamn, like, some Jimmy Buffett, like Hawaiian shirt, and then you'll blend right in. God damn it!
Put on a full fucking Minnie Mouse outfit. You're in Orlando, Florida.
That's
right. There's so many ways you could take this where you would blend in so much better. Yes, yeah. Jimmy Buffett is great. Like a fucking Aloha T-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh my God. Honestly,
no common sense.
You could put on a fucking bright blonde, like, bowl haircut wig and a sweater and look like you just got off a flight from Sweden, and that would be a better disguise than a fucking trench coat.
Yeah, I know. It's
no
so bad.
Imagination. You know what? That's the thing. She wasn't a creative person. She was.
That's
all
what happens
science.
when you're an overachiever. Is you just like you get focused on the one thing and you don't let your mind wander.
She had tunnel vision, and
yeah.
She didn't even second guess it on the 900-mile drive there. She wasn't like, oh, I only packed a trench coat. I should stop and get something at a gas station, which would be way more of a fit in than this fucking thing. No, she didn't.
You get an Orlando like fucking or. I don't know, any other state shirt that you stop in at the gas station. Who knows, man? Oh, I don't know what she's thinking.
Yeah.
So she fucking follows her all the way to her car. Colleen, she's quick. She gets in her car. She locks the door. And Lisa's like banging on the window. Like right up on her. Crying. Yeah. She looks like shit in her fucking goddamn god-awful fucking nylon wig and her shitty trench coat and probably 80-degree weather. I don't know. She's all sweaty and crying.
Her nylon wig's askew. It's just like the saddest thing you've ever seen, and this woman is terrified. She's like, what the
Colleen
fuck
has no idea who she is. Like,
she's like, why is this crazy person in a trench coat? It's Orlando. It's 100% humidity and 90 degrees.
Like, can you imagine that? Like, okay, first of all, you're just, like, tired getting off a flight. You're like, oh, thank God, I'm going to go home and poop or whatever. and then you get chased through a parking lot by some crazy-ass bitch in a fucking trench coat and a black wig, and you know she's sweating. You know she's sweating. Because, like,
And
a
she
nylon
smells.
wig and trench coat. Yeah.
She smells like
and
piss.
she's wearing a diaper.
She's wearing a diaper full of her own piss and maybe shit. Like, it is...
It's the worst.
How far is 900 miles in hours?
I mean...
Like, she had to poop at some point. Unless she was, like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like she could hold that. It's just piss, probably.
Yeah, it's probably
Who
just
knows?
piss, but maybe
She also claims she stopped at a, like, Days Inn or something just to sleep for a little bit. So maybe she cleaned herself up between that time.
Yeah.
Who knows? At any rate, she fucking is screaming at Colleen, banging on her window. Colleen, I think at one point, like, lowers the window because she's like, this woman's obviously in she's like in distress. She feels bad.
But just a little. She, like, cracks it.
Yeah.
Which gives just enough room for Lisa to fucking pepper spray in her car. And she's like, what? Oh my God. And she just, like, rolls her window up and leaves. And she goes and alerts security at, like, the parking lot booth or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well,
police roll up.
Yeah. They come quick.
They come quick because you don't fuck around at an airport.
No.
Like, it's only, like, 4 or 5 years after 9/11. So
yeah.
you don't do crazy clown shit at an airport. And so they arrest Lisa and they, like, look in her car and there's some shit in there. She has, like, a roll, like, I don't know if she had a roll of duct. No. Hold on. Oh, she has a knife, a BB gun, rubber tubing, a hammer, the pepper spray, and then I think a bunch of trash bags.
Oh my God. But no wig or trench coat because she threw it in a garbage can. As they were pulling up. But yeah, dude, she had plans of some sort. We don't know what they are. We won't ever know what they are because she's arrested. And honestly, the most surprising thing about this is that NASA was like, we out. Like, we're done with you. You're out of here. Yeah, you're no longer a NASA employee. Of any sort. But the Navy was like, meh, let's see
how this plays out. Yeah.
This sounds weird, but I don't know. We're kind of into it. We want to see what happens. So
yeah, she
still was able to stay on as the chief of air training at the naval base in Texas, technically. So, like,
yeah,
whatever.
Like, while her trial, because she gets arrested and thrown in jail.
Yeah.
And while the criminal proceedings go on, the Navy still keeps her employed. Yeah.
And probably part of that is because she was like, you know what, I'm going to plead not guilty against these charges. And it was like, I think it was like attempted kidnapping. And like some other stuff. And she's like, I'm going to plead not guilty. But then
like assault or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Because she did assault because she pepper sprayed into the car.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, but like we have you on camera. Unless that's not you in the wig and trench coat.
Yeah.
They said sarcastically. And she was like, oh shit. And then she's like, you know what? If this goes to trial, I'm going to plead insanity. Basically, which is a threat, in my opinion. And they're like, you know what? We've had enough. So this goes on for a couple of years. But anyway, it's not important. And on November 10th, 2009, she finally makes a deal and enters into a guilty plea of lesser charges. But they just like cut her deal. They're like, just if you
plead this,
we can end this and we can all fucking stop.
Move on.
Yeah, we can all get out from under the crazy diaper astronaut lady of 2006 or whatever.
Yeah, she fucking. It's crazy to me that this happened only like 7 months after she did her space trip, her space mission.
Oh. The whole assault.
The whole like incident, of her stalking this woman.
Yeah. Like, well, we don't know what space does to people's brains.
It's true.
Not that
so true.
I mean, not that it's space's fault, but
no.
But like people, they're still studying. Every time astronauts get back, they have to quarantine them and study like how it affected their bodies. Yeah,
and I mean physically. They run a bunch of tests, and I think they mentally like do a bunch of tests too. So it's pretty wild to think that that's what I'm saying. Like it happened only 7 months after she got back. Like after running through all the tests that NASA puts these people through, like that she was able to be such a high functioning person still, but then she had this like this kind of break. She snapped. Yeah. So I don't know.
It sounds like her marriage wasn't good and all that stuff. So it could have been other things too. But it's crazy.
Dude.
So what?
I don't know. It's just it's just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I think what was weird too is like finally. So she made that guilty plea. She was sentenced to a year's probation and the 2 days already served in jail, and she didn't get any additional jail time. So like she already had
crazy.
Yeah, she spent 2 days in jail. So she just had like a year of probation and she was done. So she was
pretty light.
She got pretty light, and at the time she was still the chief of air training at the naval base in Corpus Christi, but finally after she pleaded guilty to the charges, they were like, okay, like maybe it's time we look at this, and they're like, okay, I guess this is bad, but it wasn't so bad that they dishonorably discharged her.
Yeah.
But it wasn't not bad, so they didn't honorably discharge her. They just left it somewhere in the middle, and they discharged her as less than honorable.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Me either.
I guess it's for people who do this kind of thing. And who are, like, very, like, accomplished.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, yeah, they're, like, didn't want to, like... I guess they're like, well, you didn't kill anybody, but, like, maybe you were going to, but I guess they couldn't prove it. So, really, it's just less than honorable.
Yeah. What you've done is less than honorable. Let's leave it at that.
You haven't acted honorably. It's been less than.
Yeah, so sashay away.
Yeah, so it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just can't believe. It's sad. She made a mistake. But the thing that still gets me is that she had all the time in the world in that car ride.
Yeah. To think about
what she was doing. Yeah. To think about her choices. And her choices were poor. Even after, I just would think that somebody who had gone through and done all the things that she'd accomplished, that she would have at least some decision-making ability in her. I don't know.
I know.
But
I know.
You're not in your right state of mind when you're, having a hard time in a relationship. So.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, well, we already talked about that she wore a diaper, right? Do you want to skip that?
Yeah, we can skip that.
Okay, all this, honestly, the only thing I thought about doing research for this, because it has to do, well, first of all, it's the Astronaut Love Triangle, and thinking about astronauts in space, I think we all have the same question, which is, have people ever had sex in space? Now,
I want to know this.
I want to know this. They didn't, because they were never on the same space mission, I don't think. But also, she was only up there for 13 days, and I feel like it's her first time. She's busy. She's doing robotics. She was probably focused. So even if they had met up there, which I don't think they did, I don't know that would have happened. But so I was looking, I Googled have people had sex in space. Okay. There's a man named Pierre Kohler. He's a respected French scientific writer. And he says in his book, The Final Mission, Mir, The Human Adventure, that the subject is very taboo at NASA and Mission Control in Moscow, but that they have evidence that cosmic couplings have taken place.
Really?
So,
spicy.
It gets real spicy. 20 positions were tested by computer simulation. This is...
oh, come on. Just let people fuck up there. Come on.
I know. To obtain the best 10... Okay, so people did go up. So they did computer simulations of 20 positions to see which would be the best ones to test in space. Then 2 people went up into zero gravity conditions, so probably just on a plane, like where where they like drop really fast and it like creates zero gravity. And they fucked. And
really, people did do it.
Well, we'll get to that. But so there were and they videotaped it, but it's so sensitive that even NASA was only given a censored version. So
why? Come on, man, it's for science. Everybody's such goddamn prudes.
I know. Ugh. And then of the 10 positions, 4 were found possible without mechanical assistance. The other 6 needed a special elastic belt and inflatable tunnel like an open-ended sleeping bag.
Wait, like they get in the sleeping bag? I don't get it. They have to be
they have
noodled together.
Yeah, because you'll float away from each other in zero gravity. Your parts will float away from each other. So they had to you have to contain
mash up against
yourselves.
each other in this tube. And like a sausage casing.
Yeah, sausage casing. You have to it's sausage casing sex. But what happened? I don't know that this is real because NASA has denied that they've tested any of this, and so has Russia. But then I was thinking, so we don't know if anyone's fucked in space. And honestly, a lot of these astronauts are older. They go up. They're married. They're probably not doing it. And also, it's just a lot. But there's like that guy who was up there for like a year on the space station by himself that was like singing David Bowie songs and sending them back to Earth. Remember?
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, he's cute. But, like, he definitely wanked it in space, right? Like, he was there for a year and he's by himself. What else are you going to do?
I bet they, were like, hey, listen, this is off the books, but we need you to do this for science.
Yeah. Well,
and they know, there's, no public report about, because they do experiments up there all the time.
All
constantly.
The time. But also, you send a daily log about, what you ate, when you peed, when you pooped. I feel like you would tell them, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And then I jerked off.
Here,
or there's a code for it.
They give you a cum bag.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because where's it going to go? Dude, because that's what you have to think of, too. It's not like, oh, you just need a tissue. But actually, that would work probably. But
no, you need to, have a receptacle for it.
Yeah, because it'll just, if you come in space, it just floats around.
Yeah, then you're getting splooge all over the goddamn instruments.
Fucking Space Jam, am I right?
Remember, okay, our moon... Space Jam. God damn it. You're getting Space Jam all over the place.
All over your face, all over the place.
Remember our episode about the was it the moon landing episode?
No, didn't we talk about toilets in space? Or toilets?
Remember.
We've done both. But I think we talked about something
It might have been the toilet episode. About how one of the Apollo missions, they were all yelling at each other because somebody took a shit.
Whose turd is this?
And it was a rogue turd floating around. I want that audio so bad. I want to listen to that so bad.
Dude, I've listened to it.
Oh yeah. I haven't heard it. I need to listen to it.
Just Google it. It's very funny. It's uh-oh, well, whose is this? And it's not mine. And they're like, yeah, they're just talking to fucking Houston and about someone's floating turd. And then someone's oh, it's clearly that guy's. Oh my God.
Oh, crazy. Oh my God. Well, I can't wait until there's a mission purely for fucking in space.
If there hasn't been already,
I know. It's all top secret.
Top secret. It's top secret. We don't know. And I feel also, if they want to send people into space to live there for portions of a time, or if they do research to see if you could make a new colony on the moon or Mars, you're going to have to figure that. Someone's going to have to test it.
If they're having to measure bone density and all this stuff, once people come back from a mission, they're definitely doing some top secret fuck missions.
Yeah. Oh my God. I wonder what it's Apollo 69 or whatever. Oh.
Love it. That was bad, but it was great.
Yeah, no, it worked. Final thoughts on this. I just wanted to add that they're making a movie about this, about Lisa Nowak's, basically breakdown.
Yeah.
Called The Pale Blue Dot, and John Hamm's going to be the dude astronaut in it, which is like...
I looked at the casting. It's really good.
It's good.
Lisa Nowak was really, really pretty. Like, and he was like, I mean, in some pictures he's like good looking.
But not,
like,
no John Hamm.
No John Hamm. No. And I think they actually changed the name to Lucy in the Sky.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, it's still in pre-production, so.
I don't like that name.
I know.
I don't know. But yeah, and Natalie Portman plays Lisa's character, which it's a fictional character. It's not a biographical film, but it's based on...
Yeah, it's like based on it. Yeah. I will watch that. Oh my God.
So fun.
So fun. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any too many thoughts and feelings about it, except that, man, just don't let anybody get you this fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, relationships are hard and fraught, but, like, don't do that to somebody.
Yeah.
Don't try to confront a new person in your ex's life. That's not a thing to do. You gotta let go and move on.
Yeah, they're done with you, and you need to be done too.
Yeah. Ugh, poor lady. Poor everybody. I feel bad for all these people. I feel really bad for Colleen. She was like, she didn't know what was going on. She's just like starting this new relationship with somebody, and like next thing she knows, she's being like attacked by this woman. So
yeah. Well,
and I think her career suffered because of it. It's really sad. It's pretty shitty.
Well, she had like PTSD from it, and but she actually ended up marrying Bill, and they live in Alaska, and they have kids, and she's actually I think she's a novelist under a pen name. So
yeah,
she still is like, you know, gets scared about it.
Yeah, I think she's like probably one of those people who are just like maybe just like one of those really sweet people who just has no idea that there's people like that in the world. You know what I mean? Like, who could never imagine somebody getting that worked up, and she just has always done everything right and had no idea and got totally blindsided. So
I mean, well, I don't want to assume, because she could also be a fucking bitch. We don't know. We don't know any of these people.
Yeah,
but we know it's crazy, and we feel bad for her that happened. But we don't know her.
That's true. Also, Bill, come on, man.
Bill, be better. You know, I don't know. It's all a whole mess.
Well, Lisa, I hope you're doing better.
And I would drive 900 miles. That just reminded me of
in a diaper, maybe. I don't know. Oh, Lord Jesus. Don't do any of that, guys. Just, you know, sort your feelings out, and don't let anybody make you feel that bad. Yeah. Don't ever let it get to that point.
And no trench coats in Florida.
No trench coats in Florida. No tragic wigs. Like, just be real, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah. Follow us on social media at DTFU Podcast on all the platforms.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. And just thanks for listening, and be excellent to yourself.
And each other. And in space. And on land.
Yeah. Everywhere. All over the place.
All over. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.